Hi guys, I'm back. My name is Tia J. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to do so. It is totally free and I would love to have you go along with my journey. So I always start with a little bit about me. I am 5.5 months in at this point. I was installed March the 27th. I have over 400 locks. On my 6th month update, I'm gonna actually do an official lock count because I don't know exactly how many I have. I've counted my hair a couple times and I've gotten very different counts. So I'm gonna take you along with me to do that and we'll see what we come up with. It took like 17 hours to do my hair, and I started out with 6 to 9 inches of hair. I did cut my hair because I was quoted a price that I was just like, let me cut off some of these dead ends. I still didn't get all of them, but I'm actually on a 4 to 5 week retightening schedule. That's a little bit about me, about my hair. This channel is about Sisterlocks, natural hair, but also, I'm focused a lot on 4C hair and how it behaves with Sisterlocks. So today what we're going to talk about is the 4 things that you should be cognizant of or be aware of or pay attention to before you actually get your Sisterlocks. I have a couple of relatives in my family. My mom, hey mom. My aunt, hey auntie. And so they were like, oh my gosh, you got Sisterlocks, because I've been talking about it. And the first thing is you want to do your research. So that's the advice that I gave to them is, do your research. Here are some videos to look at on YouTube. You need to go to at least 2 consultations, talk to a loctician, and understand what the process is like. Because, a lot of times people think they can just, decide one day, hey, I want Sisterlocks. And it's not that type of hairstyle that you just, wake up one day and you're like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get Sisterlocks today. It doesn't work like that. So that's my number one, is to do your research. I spent a considerable amount of time looking at a lot of videos. I actually went to 2 consultations. I feel like maybe I should have even done 3, but I didn't. So anyway, that's number 1. Do your research. Number 2 is it takes the patience of Job. I'm exaggerating. But you need to have patience with this hairstyle. It's not like you're getting a sew-in or some braids, and when you get the hairstyle, you're coming out, you're like, oh, this is so fly. I mean, some people, it might be fly, but for the most part, this Sisterlocks process is a journey. Typically, when you first get them done, they're really thin, they're scalpy, and they're not like you want to look. They're not mature, and they're not the beautiful Sisterlocks that you see on these YouTube videos. It could take, a year, 2 years or longer for your Sisterlocks to actually mature. And in the meantime, you're gonna have, like me right now, my hair is very frizzy, as long as I would want it to be, but it will get there for sure. Now that's the thing you can definitely count on, is very long hair. Just keep that in mind. It is a process. It takes a lot of patience. You have to be patient because your hair is gonna go through a lot of different stages. And you just have to roll with it and embrace who you are and love yourself throughout the whole journey. You'll hear a lot of Sisterlocks, a lot of our sisters that have Sisterlocks say, enjoy the journey. And that's true. You got to enjoy the journey, come along for the ride, but you got to be patient. Okay, so number 3 is you need to be consistent. You need to be consistent. You have to adhere to a schedule for your retightening. You have to make sure that when you wash your hair, you braid and band. You have to make sure that you wash on a consistent schedule that your loctician has advised or that is best to you. Most importantly, you need to keep your hair maintained. Sister locks are very small, and if you don't, they can get damaged, they can break off. With, I think, certain locks, you can go a little bit longer and you won't have any issues. With sister locks, that is not that way. You need to make sure that you stay on schedule and keep your locks as healthy as possible. Do what your loctician tells you, as far as consistency. I go 4 to 5 weeks to get my hair retightened, and like clockwork. I mean, I've scheduled all my appointments out till next year. So yeah. All right. So the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys is cost. The cost for sister locks, unlike other locks like micro locks or traditional locks, the cost is, you can get, I got sticker shock when I went for my first consult. I was given a price. At that time, my hair was about, and I had even cut my hair then, it was about 10 to 12 inches. I was quoted $1,800 or $1,900 to get my Sisterlocks installed. Okay. Yeah, I did not end up paying that. I ended up paying $1,000 to get my hair installed. I had about 6 to 9 inches of hair. That's still a pretty penny to get your hair done. So it is an investment, and you need to save your coins. I mean, that's just pretty much it. Like, again, it's not like a hairstyle that you just wake up one morning and you're like, hey, I'm gonna get me some sister locks. You have to go through a process. You have to meet with a consultant. You don't get the sister locks right then. They have to put test locks in your hair, and then you go back. And so it's like a multi-step process. It's not something that, 1, cost-wise, 2, you need to plan, and 3, you need to know what you're getting into, because you're spending quite a bit of money to get your hair done. And so, you want to make sure that you're informed when you're making a decision like this to get your hair done. Okay. So this is a bonus. I actually forgot to tell you guys this. So literally there are 5 things I need to tell you. Yeah, that's my dog, Luna. Anyway, your hair is not going to look like somebody else's. I see all these beautiful sister locks. Other people's hair is not going to look like yours because of the density, because of the texture of the hair, the rotation by which your hair is locked could be different. So do not, some people even have dye in their hair. That makes a difference as to how your hair is going to look. The health of a person's hair. I have average density. My hair strands are fine, but my density is average. Some people may have high density, fine hair, or thick hair with high density. They could have 4C or 4B or 4A hair. Your hair is not going to look exactly like somebody else's. So love what you have and embrace the journey. That is probably the most important tip. Probably should have been my number 1, is love what you have. My hair is very frizzy. I see a lot of women whose hair at this stage is not frizzy. Mine is. It's very frizzy, but eventually it will not be that way. Different people take different time frames to lock. I thought my hair is going to be close to being locked by now. It is not. So embrace what you have. Don't compare yourself to someone else. Get a general idea. You can look at other people's hair videos. Like, I have 4C, average density over 400 locks. That may give you some idea, but your hair is not going to look exactly like mine. Your hair is not going to look exactly like someone else's. So that's the most important tip. With love. That's all I have for today. I didn't want to make this video too long, and I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out. You might see me with a couple different backgrounds. I'm trying to figure out lighting. I enjoy making videos, and I want to make sure that I have videos that are enjoyable to watch and to listen to. So if you have any ideas of things that you want me to talk about, leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys the next time.